If you feel like you are drowning in a constant flood of new AI tools and magic prompt tutorials, you are not alone. Most people try to fix generic, robotic outputs by spending hours online trying to learn complex frameworks and specific magic words to force the AI to sound more human. Mapping time spent against productivity shows why this fails. Memorizing prompts lands in the bottom right, maximum effort for generic results. The trade-off, high-quality context, sits in the top left, taking less time while delivering massive productivity gains. Getting out of that bottom quadrant requires a specific roadmap. We're going to look at a 3-level framework that cuts through the noise and moves you from a frustrated beginner to an automated system builder. Mastery requires an environment that actively learns your specific preferences through consistent, structured context. Level 1 starts with an intentional constraint. Stop hopping between every new tool that launches.
Pick one major model and go deep on it, and you need to pay for it. The free tiers run on weaker logic, hallucinating complex tasks. Paying $20 a month is the baseline cost for reliable reasoning. This matrix breaks down the top options. ChatGPT has endless tutorials and holds a clear advantage for deep web research. Claude offers exceptional reasoning, handling long-form writing and complex code better than competitors. Finally, Gemini natively processes mixed media and integrates into Google Workspace. You might notice major names missing here. That is deliberate. Models like XAI simply aren't competitive right now for top-tier professional work. So your checklist for Level 1 is straightforward. Pay for a single tool that matches your daily tasks and manually change settings to default to the most capable model. The top companies are copying each other, making the capability gap negligible compared to the massive advantage gained by learning to command one tool intimately. Once you have your model locked in, Level 2 is where your daily workflow actually changes. This is where we stop writing manual instructions and start curating context. Here is the failure of traditional prompting. No matter how detailed your instructions, you'll inevitably forget exact nuances like tone or formatting. The OC framework solves this. Pair a clear outcome with context by attaching reference material instead of a massive paragraph. By simply uploading 2 or 3 past examples of your best work, the AI automatically infers your tone, your formatting, and your unwritten expectations. This method requires an upfront time investment. Before you ever open the chatbot, you have to curate your reference examples and save them as clean Markdown documents. You then upload those clean text files into features called projects or gems. Think of these as permanent, dedicated homes for your recurring work streams, like a weekly status report or a content calendar. Spending 15 minutes upfront to show the AI what a successful outcome looks like eliminates the need to explain yourself from scratch. Level 3 shifts the focus from optimizing individual tasks to coordinating a fully connected, automated architecture. This flowchart shows Level 2's main limitation. Your specific projects, like health, work, and finances, are siloed. A unified AI system solves this by letting data flow across all areas, cross-referencing those buckets to surface overlapping insights you would have missed. For example, a unified system analyzes your travel project, spots your upcoming Bali trip, and flags a budget shortfall in your completely separate finance project. A connected system also enables the reconcile workflow. When the AI writes a draft and you manually rewrite parts of it to sound better, you feed your final version back into the hub. The AI analyzes the differences and updates its permanent rules to match your style. Building a system requires the patience to consistently manually edit and provide feedback until the tool aligns with your specific standards. This upfront configuration creates an AI that compounds its accuracy over time, ultimately cloning your exact workflow and voice. To pull this all together, stop collecting a library of prompts and start building high-quality context environments. Let's look at this scorecard to map out your next move. For those currently feeling overwhelmed, focus on Level 1. Pick one model that fits your job, pay the $20, and default to the highest capability. If you use AI regularly but still feel inefficient, move to Level 2. Gather 3 past examples of your best work and set up your first project using the Outcome plus Context framework. To fully optimize your output, tackle Level 3. Dedicate time to connecting your siloed projects into a unified hub that learns from your manual edits. Mastery belongs to those with the patience to build systems today that make their work difficult